Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. Yeah, it continues to be quite boring in the crypto sector at the moment after the price sold off strongly last Monday and then recovered within 20 hours or so, like 50 to 60%. Okay, some coins more, some coins less. What we can identify is that DOT again suffered a great sell-off after the December high, where the price rallied into resistance and then saw a decline of more than 65%. Yeah. Okay, some of that got, it recovered, but most of it, the damage is done, the damage is clearly done. So I still see DOT as in a possible range. We could be here in this sideways range, which I'm labeling as an Elliott wave triangle. There is a bearish version of the triangle and a bullish one. The bullish one will take a little bit more time to develop because in the bullish count, we are dealing with short-term bullish. I don't see all-time highs as very likely on this channel, right? No, on this chart. So we have an A wave up. And then the B wave, again, we could have the B wave as a triangle. That's actually the idea. Then with A, B, C, D, E. This would be a triangle idea. Definitely something worth considering. But I would like to see, before really committing to that, how the next rally looks like. And if it's corrective, we can take that more seriously because the D wave of a triangle would then be followed by an E wave, but the D wave is a 3-wave move and the E wave would also be a 3-wave move before we then go higher. And then we've got a structure labeled A wave and then triangle B wave, a series of lower highs and higher lows before we then break out to the upside, possibly targeting 1650, 1920, 1980. Therefore, I said it's bullish, at least short term, because this would be a tripling of the price roughly. But I do not trust this scenario. I said to you, I need to see how the price rallies next. And then also the decline afterwards will be probably the key decision move that will tell us whether it's the yellow or the white count. I mean, essentially, this is just a range. So, of course, we can break it out of the range earlier. Just highlighting to you a pattern that if it is completed, and it might just need one more lower high for the bearish triangle count and one more lower high and a higher low for the bullish count, then an explosive move could follow because triangles are typically patterns that are eventually then break very rapidly, very swiftly. But for now, there isn't really any sign of an aggressive move, at least not to the upside. I mentioned to you in the previous video that, we can also go directly to the upside. In that case, the B wave likely bottomed here with the recent low, and it's just slightly different that we say, we have our A wave up, the B wave is down here, and the B wave is an A, B, C structure or something. Then we go up from there, so like a larger flat correction. Ultimately, with corrections, there are more than 10, I think even 13 corrective patterns in Elliott wave. So it's impossible to say which one it is in advance. What we can identify, though, are key invalidation points and the most likely structures. And I would like to just prepare everybody mentally for the possibility of ongoing sideways range-bound action. The lower boundary of the range is located around 360. The upper boundary located around here, around $12. Let me just delete those dots again that I accidentally put onto the chart. Around $12, and the market here is just sort of moving between these lines. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame. Shorter time frame on the DOT chart. Price broke out now of this corrective price channel and is now attacking the green signal line. The problem is the last rally here is clearly 3-wave-like. It's a 3-wave structure. So I'm considering that maybe we're just simply extending this, and this is just a B wave rally, and we will revisit the support area maybe just for a retest of the channel from above. So overall, you see that from last Monday's low, there was a recovery, quite a substantial one. I mean, the price rallied a nice 40%, nearly 40%, but it would be unrealistic that you bought, for example, the low there. Some people might, might have missed that. Most people, I would argue, who wanted to trade that would have missed that because it happened so quickly. Yeah, it happened very quickly. But some of you might have been successful there, but that was very quick, and we haven't even broken above the pattern where the sell-off started. So we want to break above that swing high here at 650 for further evidence that a low is in. But the earliest evidence would be a break above the green line at $5.28. I would definitely watch for that. So for now, I'm not convinced yet that a low is in. This doesn't really clearly look like anything clearly bullish. Looks like a three-wave move up at the moment. And yeah, by all means, it can stretch a bit higher. What I'd like to do, I'd like to add standard resistance to the chart because there is nothing impulsive about this to the upside. So standard resistance is located between $4.85 and $5.18. So if it's a B wave, ideally the price wouldn't break above it, at least not sustain above it. So for now, the downside pressure seems to be high still, but we're now approaching a resistance area from where the price could make a decision, right? It could break out a little earlier to the upside, but again, all of that would just happen within the scope of a range-bound structure. So it's a bit boring at the moment. Support levels are defined clearly on the micro level between $4.07 and $4.66, and the resistance as well. And we just need a break either way, one direction, so that at least we get some clarity. And the market just needs to make a decision. So that's the update about DOT. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.